Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming. Today I'm bringing you a Galarian Stunfisk V deck. Built for the post-rotation. All the decks that I'm building now are for post-rotation. I'm not messing around with this in-between rotation stuff. Although, there is one Pokemon that I might have a look at just featuring on the channel just one last time since, you know, it means a lot to me. It's how I actually got the channel started with. And it's the last opportunity I might get to play that particular Pokemon before it rotates out of standard for good. So yeah, the Galarian Stunfisk V, what's it actually do? Well, it's got the trapping bite attack. So 60 damage, not much for 2 colorless energies. But during your next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, you get to put 12 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So yeah, that's quite a lot of damage suddenly that you're putting on when they attack into the Galarian Stunfisk V, and obviously they could gust around this particular move, but if they can't, that's a lot of damage that they're taking back just to attack into it. However, this Galarian Stunfisk V can become very bulky very quickly. So it's got 200 base HP, but it's got the Metal Skin ability, which means this Pokemon gets 20 HP for every Metal Energy attached to it. So obviously if you just get the 2 Metal Energies attached to it for the attack cost, that's suddenly 240 HP. Plus, if you chuck it onto a Cape of Toughness, that's suddenly 290 HP for just having 2 Metal Energies onto the Galarian Stunfisk V. And obviously you can get even higher than that if you want to keep putting Metal Energies to it. Now, because it's a metal Pokemon, we've got so much energy acceleration available to us. So we've got the 4 metal sources, which is absolutely insane. Plus, we've got turbo patches in here that we've got a 4 count of as well, which just allow us to get as many, metal energies onto our Pokemon as quickly as possible. Now, because we are a metal deck, we are going to support it with Zacian V, which is just a bigger hitter, to be honest, and having Zacian V is, I think, really, really important for this deck, just to be able to take big swings at times that you need to be able to close games out. So we got the Zacian V here, plus that can use our turbo patches, our metal sources, and our capes of toughness, so it really works well in nicely with this deck. Plus, we've also got Zamazenta V, just because VMAX Pokemon, if they're relying just only VMAX Pokemon, we might jump over to our Zamazenta V just to make things difficult for them. So just a 1 count of that. Now, the 60 damage, I found initially that 60 just isn't enough, like even with the 12 damage counters on and the Zacian. It's amazing how often you find that you're like 10 damage short of being able to get the KO that you need. So we've got Galarian Berserkers here just to up our attacks to get that extra damage on there. So 20 more damage for each one of these guys. We can get a maximum of 2 on there, so we can be swinging in for 100, and then obviously hit back into us. It's 120 damage back onto them, so essentially nearly 220 damage. So that's absolutely insane. Something I want to note on this, the Galarian Mouth has the Evolution Roar ability, which is actually a really useful ability in this because it allows us to discard 2 from our hand. In order to use this ability once during our turn, search for a Galarian Berserker. So not only can it search its own evolution out, it can actually get some energies into the discard, which we need to be able to use our metal sources and our turbo patches with. So I'm really liking the Galarian Meowth in here. Plus, it also ups the Zacian's attack. So suddenly we can get up to 270 with the Zacian if we've got a couple of Galarian Berserkers into play. So we've also got a couple of Dead just to be able to work through our deck and get the pieces that we need. Now, in terms of the rest of the deck, we've got playing a 4 count of Switch. I could see this going to like a 3 count with 2 Air Balloon instead. That's something I want to probably play with still as I continue playing with this deck, because I like playing with this deck. It's a lot of fun. But I do like having a lot of switching options in this. So if you swing in with a Zacian, you just need to quickly get out of it again. You don't have the Air Balloon on it, like you've got switches that you can use. You've got Malomalanas here, which is absolutely huge. So we are a tanky deck, so especially if a one prize deck or something's attacking us, being able to undo that damage for a turn while they had to, take 120 back on that turn can be absolutely massive and can swing games. We've got the 4 count Marnie and Professor's Research because they're going to be the best supporters as we move forward. And we're also running Caitlyn Cynthia. I'm actually more and more liking this card and playing around with this card because not only does it have discard synergy, which works nicely with Metal Saucer and Turbo Patch, it can go and fetch back supporters into your hand to make sure that you're not bricked in the next turn and things like that. So it can go and get you back a draw supporter, or if you had to use a research turn 1 or something like that and throw all your boss's orders away, we can go and recover some boss's orders with the Cynthia and Caitlyn without having to use a Pokemon to do so. So that there is the deck list. It's a lot of fun. I do recommend trying it out, but let's get into those games. Alright, got Galarian Meowth. It's actually not a bad starting hand if I get a Pokeball of some kind. Which we do not. Alright, there's a terrible starting hand. I mean, there's no benefit to me. Yeah, we're just going to Dead change. Oh, we're against Mad Party as well. This could be interesting if I can find my Stunfisks in time. So, we get ourselves a Stunfisk. I feel like we are retreating here. Just because I don't want to get turn 1 donked against this team. No, against this deck. I'm just holding for the moment. I mean, I'm hoping I still don't get turn 1 donked. I mean, 220's got to be hard for this to get to. And didn't start with the mad partier that they would have liked to have started with. So... thankfully we can actually knock this out turn 1. Bosses are going to be pretty important for later on. To like pick off Deadays. Although, no, we're not going to be able to easily pick off Deadays when I think about it. And this will run plenty of bosses to get around the Stunfisk. This could be a really hard matchup. Alright, well we got a Berserker. Might as well get the second one. And chuck that down. Not that I really needed it when I think about it. Got Toughness Cape. We've got the energy to get the KO here. Toughness Cape on. We do need to start building up another guy, but we'll just Trapping Bite for the moment. Take the prize card while we've got it. See whether or not he has bosses to get around this. And if he doesn't, we might even look at a Mallow and Lana on the next play. It's got a few mad partiers already in here. 6 of them. So I'm expecting a 7th, possibly an 8th mad partier going in. Yeah, so 7, so it's hitting 140. What I'm really hoping is we avoid the boss this turn. That's what we're really hoping to avoid at all cost. Not liking my chances, to be honest. Not liking them. But we'll see. Because this is a bad attack right now. Doesn't one-shot me. Yeah, he's got the boss. That's unfortunate. Interesting that he didn't take today. Like Dede. That's a very interesting call. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He had enough to get Dede too. I need to get myself in a position where I can attack with Zacian to be able to one-shot these things. I am so shocked he didn't take Dede down there. I feel like Caitlyn synthing just a minute. We'll get rid of the poker comps. Pull back. I mean, I feel like boss isn't doing much for me just the minute, not without the Zacian. I mean, I'm going to pull back boss anyway. I've got another draw supporter. So I've got an NG attachment to Zacian if I want it. I'm just trying to get ready for like a next turn Zacian if possible, or a turn 3 Zacian, something like that. I don't think I want to play anything else. He hasn't... I doubt he's got a huge amount of NG... like, of hand disruption. I'm mapping out his prize cards. So he's got 3 sitting there. I want to force him through this Stunfisk if I can. So I think we're going to keep NG attaching to the Stunfisk, to be honest. And just get a really big Stunfisk. There's a switch I need. Kind of wish I had that NG back in hand now. So it puts him on a 2-shot against the Galarian Stunfisk now. Alright, he's going to hit in. Takes him down. I think I'll put one of these guys that I can't actually one-shot in. No, he's going to give me the Bunnelby. That's interesting. Am I going with another Stunfisk just to get that set up? Or am I going to go with a Mallow and Lana, take 60 off? How many is he got in here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Says 10. That's hitting 200, 220. He would need 2. He'd only need to get 2 back. And I feel like that's way too easily doable. I think we will Mallow and Lana here. Go into, like, get rid of these 2. That's fun. We'll go here. We'll Metal Saucer. As much as I want to keep that for a Zacian. What's the chance of him having that one shot in the next turn? Possibly quite high, but I'm going to Metal Saucer anyway. I'm going to force him to have it. Oops. On to you. Then switch back. And right now, we're trapping butt. As remember, I can chuck a Dead A down to try and dig for what I need. I feel semi-confident in my ability to try and get a Zacian in one turn from this position. I've got 2... I've got 6 cards that can NG accelerate still left in deck. So happy here. So he's not playing around this. But he's going to need to get... all bar 2 Mad Partiers in the discard. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11 Mad Partiers. So it's not enough yet. Ouch. Ouch. Alright, so we're 1 prize away. And we're there. So at this point, because I only had 3 on the board, I just need to not play anything else down. So he has to attack into that at some point. And like, the moment he attacks to try and takes another prize, I'm going to get the KO back. So yeah, that's how we need to play that matchup. I like it. Oh, thank you, Stunfisk, for turning up in my hand. So we'll probably Dead A change if we're going first. I think we're going first. Really need to take note of whether or not I'm going first. I know I lost the coin flip, so... yeah, we're going first. And we got ADP. Awesome fun. Well, we're going to just chuck this. Yeah, we are. Grab ourselves possibly Zacian, to be honest. No, we can't one-shot it. Oops, not Zacian. We can't one-shot this no matter what, so we'll do this. Is there anything else I do want? I might as well evolution rule these two. Grab ourselves out the Berserker. Put the Berserker back. We might as well grab Zacian. I feel like there's no reason not to grab Zacian just here. Because we need to apply pressure as quickly as we can against ADP. We'll Chaotic Swell down. I reckon we're going to NG attach to the Zacian, to be honest. Although, are we going to go Stunfisk? He's probably looking at turn 1. I don't know. We're going to Metal Saucer no matter what. On to the Zacian. I feel like we'll hedge our bets just a minute. And then Intemperate Sword. Beautiful. Alright. We do have the issue of we don't have a draw support. Oh, we've got Cynthia and Caitlin, I guess. It's better than nothing. We need to hit another NG though, for this to be a good play. If we don't, we're in a lot of trouble. Interesting that you played the Cape Toughness there. Guessing a Dead A change if you're doing something like that. Gonna boss me, okay. So I need to hit into a switch now. That's what we're looking for, is a switch. Okay, we're going to chuck the boss away. Because I want to keep a Stunfisk, or are we keeping boss? We got 2 bosses. We can probably get more back later. So we'll grab this. Marnie to disrupt or research. I think we'll grab Marnie. Alright, we hit an NG, we don't hit a switch. We've got that many switches as well. It's no fun. Honestly, I'm probably feeling the Evo Roar here. We might as well. Grab the Berserker. It's going to have the GX attack next turn, which is really bad. And I'm not able to punish him in the slightest. But that's all we can do. We'll just Intemperate Sword. How are we running 4 switch cards and we still haven't seen any? The boss bought in the turn that he needed. Got the research. Which means he only needs 2 prize cards to get the game now. And I still need to hit a switch. So I feel like we've got to attack with Zacian first. And then probably try and wall up with a big Stunfisk as best as we can. Given I still don't know how we're getting all of our prize cards just yet. Mallow and Lana's are probably huge in this. Toughness Cape, we don't really want that anymore. Are we getting another Stunfisk? Probably not. I mean, he's a boss away from a Dead A at some stage, which is just, yeah, I feel like this is well and truly gone. We hit the switch this time. I don't even know which one's the right one to attack with first. I think we'll go here. Chuck that down. Trapping Bite. So we're not going to be able to one-shot that either. E switching. So 120 plus 80 means the Stunfisk does get this. This is where we'd love to top deck. Even a Melon Lana won't actually help here. Unless we go with a Dead change. I'm thinking a Dead change might be worthwhile to see if we can hit Melon Lana. Can we protect 230? We can. We'll turbo patch first. Nope, missed that. We don't have Dead to play with, so it's no fun. Alright, well, gonna have to Cynthia and Caitlin. Do we want Boss back or do we want to draw Sport? We probably need the Boss to be able to get around things, don't we? I'm thinking draw Sport on this one. We NG attaching again to get 150 HP? Probably not. Right now, I think we've just got to take the KO and live with it. Live with the fact that our Stunfisk is about to go down. Which means that he's going to be boss's orders away from game. We'll have the KO on this back. We need to dig out boss. So he's got a 3-card hand. That's the one thing that is sitting in my favour. So if he attacks into this Stunfisk without hitting boss this turn, it's actually really good for me. Because 120 means that we get the KO straight back with Zacian, and we're digging for boss, and we need double switch or a switch and... yeah, so we've got to try and dig out boss no matter what. We'd love a Cynthia and Caitlin. Do we have any more? Nope. We're out of Cynthia and Caitlins. We've got the Dead in hand. I kind of want to keep that in deck as a last second ditch. Oh, he's got the Great Catcher. That really hurts. That really, really hurts. I don't know if I can get around game now. If he's got switches. I mean, he doesn't have any prizes. Oh, he gets 3 from these prizes. He doesn't have... He doesn't necessarily have it this turn. But I'm very much stuck with Stunfisk having to attack. We have to go Zacian. We've got no choice with that. We just have to get a big hit because you're the only one that can wall up at all. We NG attaching to you? I mean, I guess. I'm gonna research. There's the Mallow and Lana. So we can Mallow and Lana and switch out of our Stunfisk next turn. If we lose our Zacian... it's interesting. Are we trying to build up another Stunfisk? I feel like it's nearly too late to try and build up another one. It's a big ask to build up another Stunfisk, so I think we just Brave Blade this turn. Hope that the 3 prize cards he took aren't going to come back to hurt me. So he's hitting... he's got the Metal Saucer. So he's a boss away from having game. That's something he is. He's interpreting Sword. I wish I could switch. In fact, I can switch and Mallow and Lana heal this. The problem is then looking at how we're attacking on the next turn. But I think we've got to deal with that first. I think this is a switch Mallow and Lana heal. Yeah. That's what it is. So switch, Mallow and Lana. Get rid of these two. Back to the Zacian. How much health do you have? 270. I think we're probably walling up next. And we're probably retreating out manually. Might as well turbo patch. Grab an Engie. I think that's what we're doing on the next one, so we might as well just play these guys. And then go with the Brave Blade. Hit out the Zacian. If we hit switch here, it'd be amazing. So I don't think he can one-shot. He needs a toughness cape. We're looking for a switch. We've got one switch left in deck. We've got one Mallow and Lana left in deck. We've got no dead A's to dig. He's got the dead A. Yeah, 310, you're a big boy, that's fine. So you can hit the Berserker. He has to attack this turn. If he's got, like, tool removal, it's huge. It's going to research, okay. Big Charmed. Oh no. Oh wait, I hit 250, don't I? I think the Big Charm doesn't... What do I hit? 20 more. Yeah, I hit 250. So I'm still that switch away. So I think this has to be Marnie here digging for the switch. If I can find switch, we're there. So we need to... I just want to have a look at my deck. See if I'm digging for nothing. We're grabbing that back out. We've got a switch in deck and that's it. So we've got 5 cards out of the 11. So we've nearly got a 50% chance, just under, of it being over right here. So Metal Saucer onto the Stunfisk for now. We'll Marnie. We hit the switch. We hit the switch. We've got game. Retreat. Back to this guy. And then Brave Blade for game. There we go. The Zacian did more of the work than the Stunfisk there, I admit. But, you know, that's the reason the Zacian's in the deck at the end of the day. Alright. We'll mull. Stunfisk to start. We're going first, second. I didn't take notice. I should take notice of these things. I mean, if we're going second, there's a chance that we can get the turn 1 attack. Okay. Okay. This isn't going to be fun. Alright. We'll play a Glaring Mouth down. It seems fun. I mean, the upside, if I keep a Glaring Meowth, we're going to see whether or not we can get the Turbo Patch off here. I'm going to chuck a second Glaring Meowth down. That seems fun. Then chuck the Chaotic Swell. We're going to get myself a Toughness Cape. Quickly Turbo Patch. Yes, beautiful. So if he GXs, unless he's got some kind of switcheroo shenanigans, we've got the attack. Which is what we want. And having these Meowths actually is handier than you think. that we can ditch traders right now. It seems fine. So getting the greens. It's going to stamp me. That's unfortunate. Sadly, like, I don't want a big hand here. I don't want to be stamped. But we're going to be stamped. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. You're okay with this. I mean, I'm taking 100 damage without doing anything. But they're also my NG acceleration cards. Am I really wanting to NG accelerate this turn? I reckon we get rid of that. We get rid of that. That seems fine. Do we want to pull this out of the deck? Might as well. Yep, seems good. Alright, Dragon Bite. Here's the thing, right? I want to get more damage in with these berserkers. Taking red cards, so he's going to get the item locked and start filling my hand. Having said that, it's too... Oh no, he's going to shuffle me. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's seriously unfortunate. 290. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't get the KO yet. He's going to shuffle again. Are you serious? Alright, well that's 5 again. Alright. Seems fair. It's going to take a bit of a hit for doing it. He hasn't item locked me yet, which is interesting. Okay. How are we going to play this? I feel like we're getting... Alright. Well, that's a nice easy win. I like the Galarian Berserkers there because they're just like, alright, we'll just thin these out of the head. Start with some Stunfisk. Here's a question, right? Are we just gonna... We're definitely gonna drop one of these in. I actually feel like we're not dead-aying this turn. Like, we've got fighting sitting in front of me, chucking dead-ays down. I just feel like... Isn't the play... Oh, but I don't have... Well, that's sad. Okay, well, we'll grab Galarian Meowth. How many switches do we have? 4. So we've got all our switch cards. Okay. We'll back ourselves getting something good here. So, oops. You down first. Chuck Metal Saucer. To this guy. Chuck this to you. Give you a Toughness Cape. And be done with it. Just very aware of the how easy it is to pick off Dead-Ace. So if we don't have to use a Dead-Ace straight away, let's not. Does this guy survive rotation? No, he does not. Okay. Strange boss. I mean, if you were really that stark, I would have pulled up the Meowth, but anyway. We don't need to hit switch at the minute. So Zacian is prized. Okay, we got Spiritombs. That feels bad. Pre-rotation Spiritomb too. So this will be the... As deadly as this Spiritomb will get. Like this Spiritomb matchup. Which means I do want to lean heavily on Stunfisks as a general rule. It'll be interesting to see how many bosses. So a boss hitting the discard is not a bad thing. Okay. Okay. We hit... are we using switch this turn? I feel like we don't need to be honest. We'll just Marnie. It's just an unnecessary switch. Got Mallow and Lana, which feels alright. Oops. Chuck that down. We'll just, for the moment, run a Trapping Bite. We'll need to evolve you next turn, potentially. To get the KO on Buzzwell. If he leaves that there. We do want to get Zacian out of the prizes because that could like get me a 2 prize card swing at some stage if I can just quickly power it up in 1 turn. But that also depends how many metal sources like energy acceleration cards I'm left with in the late game. So it's a few if and buts there. So this can get to 40 this turn quite easily. There's the 40 that I'm talking about. You need to switch still. Kind of want to keep the Malolano in hand if I can. It's got the board. I mean, it's interesting placement of the board if he doesn't have a way out of the Buzzwell this turn. Oh yeah, that's fully powered. I'd love a boss this turn. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. There we go. Traffic bite. Boop. Oh wow. What a nut deck right there. What a top deck. Oh, GG's. And it is time to give you my final thoughts on the deck. Now, if you've got a few Stunfisk lying around, I highly recommend that you just get on the ladder and have some fun with the Galarian Stunfisk. It's just, its attack with its Metal Skin ability and the fact that it's metal Pokemon and we can make it a real beefy Pokemon, it's just a lot of fun to mess around with on the ladder, and I've really enjoyed this. The Zacian certainly provides the extra boost to this deck that I actually need. So the Intemperate Sword's always, you know, a nuts ability at the best of times, but it just works in nicely with all the other pieces that you've got here and provides a nice solid attacking option at various stages of the game, but certainly a good fun deck to try. The one thing that I would point out with this deck is if you're trying to compete against Eternatus, that's the reason why Zamazenta's more here, to be honest. You might want to look at trying to disrupt the Eternatus a little bit. So I know that I used to have a couple of hammers in here, and that seemed to be enough to delay them and, you know, delay the Eternatus deck well enough that we could take the KOs that we needed. But yeah, I've ditched that for, I actually forget what I ditched it for. But I ditched it for other cards just because I wasn't coming up against Eternatus all that much, to be honest. So, but if you're wanting to try and tech for that, you might even play more Zamazentas, to be honest. But we're trying to play a Stunfisk deck, not a Zamazenta deck. But certainly a good fun deck to try. If you got some Stunfisk V lying around, I highly recommend checking it out. But that's all for me. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. And until next time, I'll catch you later.